Lost a pair of games. The reaction to the losses, though, was more interesting and perhaps more impactful than the games. So with slings and arrows flying at the Americans, they try to pull themselves together for one last game at the World Cup of Hockey so they can feel good about playing for Team USA. Ben Bishop starts for the USA in goal tonight. Jonathan Quick gets the night off. Corey Schneider will be the backup. And Peter Mrazek, who played the second game of the round robin against Europe and lost in overtime, gets the start for the Czechs, and he's backed up tonight by Michael Neuvert. Gord Dwyer and Chris Lee are the referees. Michel Cormier and Steve Miller will be the linesmen for the game tonight, and you can see that it's Gord Dwyer who is wearing the ref cam tonight. How would you get yourself into a game like this, Craig, knowing that you're out of the tournament, you've only got one game to play?
Well, treat it with the pride you have, A, to play for your country, and B, to be a professional. I think so many nights in the National Hockey League, you have to grind it out through some adversity, and I think that's what you fall back upon to try to play this game with a lot of energy and a lot of emotion.
Martin Hansel with a centering pass. Patrick Kane in the starting lineup here for Team USA. James Van Riemsdyk is with him. That's Ryan Sustr up on the play. Derek Stepan is the center on this line. He's headed into the slot, and he takes a pass from Patrick Kane. Back at the blue line is Matt Niskanen. He wanted to jump in. Stepan turns and fires. There's a rebound off Peter Mrazek, and Stepan gets the puck.
Too long on the bench. His legs don't quite get going the way you need him to.
So one game in the pre-tournament, he played 10 minutes as a forward. That didn't work out very well. He was a defenseman in the last game and didn't play much.
So he's a handful.
And right now he is. There's a long pass across ice, didn't get to Jack Johnson. Justin Abdelkader. Bufflin barges in. Kyle Palmieri, Abdelkader, Jack Johnson round the outside. Paveslki shot tipped wide by Bufflin. He's everywhere. People, and he got up there to make it a 2-on-1, but the puck was tipped away from him.
Great play by Matt Niskanen.
Sure was.
Getting on his horse and not giving up, and another good lesson. It's the length of the stick and the arm make a difference.
There's a steal and a chance right in front of the net. Derek Stepan got a hold of the puck. Back to the blue line. McDonagh's shot. Blocked that. Another chance. Carlson's shot, and he whistled it just wide of the net, and the puck bounced out of play. Still no score early on. Pretty wide open game between the Czechs and the United States of America at the World Cup 2016. Oshie couldn't track it down. Palat in the middle. Pastrnak stopped up and lost the puck. Waited too long and got checked. Michalek. Hansel. There's going to be a penalty here. It'll be against Bufflin. He just took David Pastrnak and drilled it into the net. And a shot from the blue line on the delayed penalty call, and Michalek has scored. So Bufflin won't get the penalty. Instead, the Czechs get a goal. 1-0 Czech Republic.
It's a good example for both these teams what happens when you actually shoot the puck, because so many times great chances, no shot. Pastrnak loses it there, gets knocked over, and to the right of your screen, here comes Big Buff there. There's the arm going up for the cross check. Pastrnak gets back in, but it's Martin Hansel who's the big body in front of Ben Bishop. You saw the reaction from Bishop. This is what it looks like from Gord Dwyer on the ref cam. His arm is in the air, and Bishop down on his knees, didn't even see that one go by his left side.
And the U.S. coming back. Ryan Kessler to backs Pacioretty, and he lost the handle as he went to his backhand and tried to beat Peter Mrazek. There's Milan Michalek going to match his brother. And Bufflin takes him down. Power play moves in. Zach Parise. Joe Paveslki. John Carlson. And Patrick Kane down to the side of the net. A relay out front. They're going to pass it all over the place again. Kane. Parise. Backdoor. Paveslki scores. Well, that time all that pretty passing worked, and it's a 1-1 tie.
You've got three right-handed shots there, all in one-timer positions. So you've got the threat up top. If Pat Kane decides that's open, you've got Oshie in the middle from down low, and it almost got stopped. Zbynek Michalek was very close to stopping that pass, and it just went through, and a good adjustment there by Paveslki. Instead of one-timing it, he made sure he got a piece of it as it rolled a little bit on him and then put it underneath the blocker of the goaltender.
So Paveslki has a World Cup goal, and Parisi and Kane have assists. A power play goal on the second consecutive penalty to Mrazek. And the U.S. has its first power play goal of this tournament. Scott was talking about the Beauty League that Byfuglien and Van Riemsdyk played in. That's what this game is looking like a little bit. An all-star game, the Beauty League. Still answer the call. And the one very close game with Team Europe that could have gone either way. As Patrick Kane starts this second period with a shot on Peter Mrazek that he stops, and in a short tournament like this, they lose that game in overtime. After a loss to Canada, they probably weren't thinking they were going to beat Canada. As Kane's shot again is stopped by Peter Mrazek.
No, but I think both these teams thought, well, maybe this game would mean something. And
Team Europe messed up a lot of plans.
They sure did, didn't they? And are taking great pleasure in it. And they've been a fun group to watch how they've come together, and a lot of those personalities led by Andrej Kopitar out here.
And they might get a break from playing some of the exhibition games. Wouldn't you rather get in shape and get up to speed to play in a game like this, or games like this tournament, than play an exhibition game?
And despite the disappointment for both these teams,
shot by Nakladel, and that bounced off Bishop.
You use this experience to get off to a good start.
Bishop is down, and the puck is drilled into the back of the net. Big scrum in front. I think Milan Michalek pushed that across the line. He had some help too, and the Czechs are ahead 2-1.
I think Sustr was trying to clear the puck away too, and found himself getting caught up. Might have knocked it in. He's the lone guy in front, and he's trying to handle Hansel at first, and then Michalek behind him, and it's right there on the doorstep. And yeah, he tried to get it away. Michalek was fighting for that loose puck. You could see the ref cam trying to find that puck in the midst of it, and Sustr puts it in his own net, Jim. Watch Ryan Sustr here as he tries to clear it away, and he can't get the hook of his stick on to get it in the corner, and that's a bad feeling.
And he's being pushed just as he tried to get a hold of it and keep it out. Nakladel had the two shots from the point. It'll probably be Milan Michalek's goal. I wonder how often the Michalek brothers scored in the same game.
Exactly.
(2-1) Czech Republic. USA answered in the first period when the Czechs scored within about 2 minutes. Carlson along the boards. Jordan is checked by TJ Oshie. Paveslki to the blue line. Penalty coming up against the Czechs. A hard shot into a crowd. That hurt. Jordan got hit. Here we go again on another change, and Byfuglien's just getting on. Kondrachev, a defenseman, trying to pass. Berner was headed for the net. Dmitry Yaskin, the other forward who's barely played tonight, is now back checking. Here's Big Buff. Stops up right in front. Great goal. Justin Abdelkader from Dustin Byfuglien. 2-2 tie.
Jim, add that to the Byfuglien highlight reel we just showed. There's a great example of just the things that he can do. He jumps up on this play. You got two defensemen. Suter's jumping up to who? Byfuglien, his partner on the outside. Quick stop up, but a heads-up play. Cross seam, and Abdelkader was ready to go. Good positioning by him. The speed of Byfuglien backs Polak out. Can't get a stick to stick, and it's in the back of the net.
Now you talked about the good and the bad and the whole package of Byfuglien. This is the beauty of what he can do. Great hands. That's a terrific goal, and Abdelkader had his stick down, ready to go, leaned on it hard, and it's a 2-2 tie.
Yeah, credit Ben Bishop, too. A couple of saves on the odd man rushes that kept that play alive.
Back the other way now, Andre Palat. Thomas Buchanan with his shot. Didn't get through, blocked by Ryan Kessler. It cost him his stick. In comes David Pastrnak with Thomas Buchanan. Centering pass.
And Patrick Kane just couldn't find the handle.
Kane again. He started shooting here in the second period. That one didn't get through. Michael Frolik. Sobotka up the middle. Jack Johnson beats into the puck. Niskanen checked along the boards by Voracek. Frolik. Voracek trying to protect the puck. They score. Sharp angled shot for Andrej Sustr. Got it by Ben Bishop somehow. And it's a 3-2 Czech Republic lead. They have their third lead of the game.
I don't know if you saw the reaction of Sustr there, one of just shock. And he's going to his teammates, puts his hand in the air. He wasn't even thinking goal here. He's just collapsing down. And somehow that goes in. Look at his reaction. Oh, okay,
I'll take it.
Let's see, what did Ben Bishop miss here? He didn't get tight. Oh yeah, just had a couple of holes there and it rolled in. Look at the reaction of Bishop. Bishop somehow looking down going, how the heck did that go through me?
And a little shrug from Andrej Sustr. So the Czechs have a 3-2 lead. Goal at 16:50 of the second period. Well, let's see if the U.S. can answer again. Zach Parise. Ryan McDonagh. John Carlson put the puck in deep. They work out front, and Oshie went up high and missed the net.
Boy, he had Mrazek down looking the other way, too.
He knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He just put it through the uprights. Alashemsky breaks out to center. There's Roman Polak again going to the net. Great pass, great goal. Milan Michalek from Hemsky with Polak driving the net, and the Czech Republic has a 4-2 lead.
What has plagued the U.S. this entire tournament has been odd man rushes. One way, you get down, you got a chance to score here and maybe start cheating in a little bit. There's the play by Oshie behind the net. Puck comes to him. It's high and wide, but it stays in play. And the defense just gets sucked in a little bit. John Carlson stayed in long, and that's a perfectly placed shot up and over the glove of Ben Bishop. Bishop, as you look at the rough cam, Hemsky makes this play, backing McDonagh down, and great execution of a 3-on-2.
Just a terrific pass at full speed for Ales Hemsky. 39 seconds after the Sustr goal.
That's been another problem, isn't it, with the Americans?
Quick goals again. And here's Bufflin. Wrap-around attempt. Puck is loose in front. And Max Pacioretty couldn't get a stick on it. We're back at the World Cup of Hockey at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, where the Czech Republic has a 4-2 lead. 3 goals from Michalek. Milan with 2, Zbynek with 1. Ben Bishop is out of the game. Corey Schneider of the New Jersey Devils gets into the game with his flashy U.S. pads. I would think this is just an opportunity for Corey to play in a game that doesn't mean anything, but he's
came here,
given his time to Team USA, and they give him an opportunity to play a period of hockey against the Czech Republic. So Ben Bishop takes a seat on the bench. And the third period of the final round-robin game is underway. Andrej Sustr holds the puck in. Hansel up front. Here's Pastrnak from Hemsky. Hemsky okay after looked injured at the end of the second period. But he's gone to the bench here, and he's in a little bit of discomfort. He doesn't look like he's okay.
No, that might be his last one, I would say there, Jim.
Pull yourself off a power play. There's a chance for the Americans, and they've scored shorthanded to make this a 4-3 game.
You know, part of that change for Hemsky got the power play backed off. They had one man short for a split second and then never really made the read. And credit McDonagh with just jumping up ice. Hemsky's making a change here. Dubinsky sees that they've got some time. The D are back way off. And Sustr doesn't really have an active stick. You've got Voracek forward on the other side who's trying to stop that middle rush. And as McDonagh goes to the net, Voracek sticks in there too. Is it another own goal, or did McDonagh get a piece of it?
Looked like McDonagh got some of it, and I'm sure he'll get credit for the goal. His second of the tournament. Wheeler set him up shorthanded. It is the first shorthanded goal that's been scored in this tournament. So a one-goal game, and the Czechs are still on the power play. Thomas Plekanec. Rink wide, here's Voracek. Threw the puck in front, but Michalek, who's already scored twice, had been knocked down or got tripped. And the puck didn't get there anyway. Palat keeps the puck in. Schneider lets it go. Ryan Sustr stopped by Plekanec, who gave the puck back, and it's flipped down the ice by Ryan Kesler. Back Johnson. Niskanen. Johnson again fires a shot. Reaching in was Plekanec to tip that away. Abdelkader. Michalek. Tip just wide of the net. Abdelkader throws it at the net. Mrazek is down. He makes the save and stops play, but the defenseman Jack Johnson and Matt Niskanen were wailing away on the puck from the point.
How often do you see this, though? A big hit one way kind of inspires the other team. And this is exactly what happened. Parise awkwardly just gets run hard by Polak. But afterwards, it's the speed of the Americans. 2-on-1, one way. And a nice play by Roman Polak coming down to take away the passing lane. But Peter Mrazek had to be sharp. Puck's going both directions. He finds that one off the backboards just in time to get back to his left to make a save.
It's basically been a no-hitter. But some guys just aren't suited to play in friendly games.
You've seen Byfuglien on the American side, and I would say Roman fits that bill perfectly for the Czechs.
Americans up to 30 shots on goal, but they trail the game 4-3. A one-goal lead for the Czech Republic. Paveslki, the shoot-in. Mrazek stops the puck. Jourdain off the boards by Kane, down the ice. And he just missed it. Just off the side of the net. One last rush in this third period. Patrick Kane leads it. Straight up the middle. 1-on-4. Backhand shot. Deflected out of play with 15 seconds to go in the third period. Time to look at the play of the game, brought to you by the new Advil 12-hour.
Well, Milan Michalek, after a quick goal, just rips one top corner over the glove of Ben Bishop. Alashemsky with the cross seam, and that was a backbreaker for the U.S.
John Tortorella is going to take his 30-second time out here just to talk to the players on this power play that have all been on the ice for a little while. It'll give them a little bit of a rest. It's a 6-on-4 with Hansel's penalty still having 3 seconds left in it. John Hines mapping out what they'll do on the power play, and the Czechs just relaxing at the bench. Alashemsky was in that play of the game that set up Milan Michalek out of the game with an injury.
You got to think either Martin Hansel or Thomas Plekanec. Hansel's in the box, so he can't take it. So here comes number 14. He's one of their best face-off men, 61% on the night. He's taken 23 face-offs to this point.
Byfuglien's back on for his last shift. Kesler, Stepan, Kane, Paveslki, Sustr, and Byfuglien. Big face-off between Kesler and Plekanec. False start by Jourdain, jumping in because he's worried about Paveslki getting in there ahead of him. Kesler won the draw. Sustr gathers the puck in. There's a big crowd in front. Penalty's over. Kane across ice. Byfuglien's one-timer was a weak one. Back to the front of the net. Paveslki. Sustr fires a shot. Off a body off the glass. It stayed in, and that's it. And Dustin Byfuglien's after Michael Jourdain. And the gloves came off, and he threw a couple of punches, and Jourdain went down in a hurry, and it's probably a good thing that he got down on the ice.
And a smart thing. I mean, what a needless end to what's been a disastrous tournament for the United States. No sense in starting to fight now. The fight is gone long ago.
Here's what happened just as the buzzer sounded.
Byfuglien's had a bee in his bonnet all night long, and he goes after the Czech defender and then decides to drop it. But wisely, everybody else gets in there, and this thing is over, and maybe mercilessly for the United States.
That's it. The United States is out. 3 straight losses. This one a 4-3 loss to the Czech Republic. Milan Michalek with a pair of goals. His brother got another one. And they sandwiched the second star of the game, Dustin Byfuglien, who played a lot in a loss to the Czech Republic. That's it for the round robin. On to the semifinals and on to Ron.
All right, Jim, thanks kindly. Milan Michalek, another Toronto Maple Leaf, enjoying a fine performance in what is his building, Air Canada Centre in Toronto. We'll come back with Nick, Kelly, and Elliot. Some final thoughts on the round robin